Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum, second year. I wish that everyone is doing great by the grace of Almighty Allah. And welcome to English class. It's Tuesday and we are gonna learn Technology and Society of the Future. That is unit number 5. And the title of the unit is Technology and Gender Inequality. The first part of this unit is Technology and Society of the Future, that is chapter 5.1. Let's have a quick look over the writer. We don't have any details about this writer because he hasn't written it but simplified. This article has been taken from the English newspaper and has been simplified by Professor Muhibullah. This article is full of information about technology and science in the past and present. It represents the picture of the society of the future in the fields of technology and science. We will have a quick look over the chapter and we will discover that every paragraph is discussing a new idea and every paragraph is discussing a new field of science. This is basically about the only advantages, merits of science. It doesn't talk about the drawbacks, the demerits, the disadvantages, the losses we are facing due to science. We are not having any single negative point in this chapter, so you can say this chapter is full of praise of science only. So it's not a critical essay, because if you are asked to write down a critical essay, you have to discuss both sides of the content of both sides of the topic, the merits and the demerits as well. But this chapter is basically just on the benefits and progress and amazing, you can say, revolutions of science only. Let's start with page 169. This is your first page. The 21st century is a century of sophisticated technology, means modern technology and science. Technology and science began to make progress in the 17th century. Since then, technology and science have been making progress by leaps and bounds, din dugni, raat jugni. With rapid speed, the science is flourishing after 21st century. New inventions and discoveries in the numerous fields have brought a revolution in the life of human beings. This is your expository paragraph, means the introduction of the title. Second paragraph, the benefits got from science and its application are enormous, बहुत ज़्यादा हैं, and probably it is not possible to enumerate, list out नहीं किया जा सकता इन्हें. However, it is beyond doubt that science has helped a great deal in developing self-confidence, self-esteem and courage in human beings. People are now logical, that's why they are talking about the self-confidence. Now, owing to scientific and technological advances, man is not at the mercy of his environment, but he has the capability to control and modify it to suit his needs and requirements. Previously, people believed in superstitions and in certain supernatural forces for the control of their future. People also used to believe in magic and fortune telling. By adopting scientific methods, human beings are now more confident to handle their environmental conditions. Human beings no more attribute the weather conditions to disaster to supernatural, bad or evil forces. They think independently, logically and scientifically. वो चढ़ावे नहीं चढ़ाते, बुरे मौसम से बचने के लिए सेक्रीफाइसेस नहीं करते, लोगों की बलि नहीं चढ़ाते कि हम अपने खुदाओं को खुश करें, but now they have reason of every happening. Page 170. Page 170 will discuss about the medicine. Before the discovery and development of modern medicines, scientific equipments and instruments of surgery, thousands of people used to die of diseases. The Great Plague, which started in 542 AD, was responsible of 95 million deaths in 50 years, and it is way more stronger than coronavirus. 542 95 million people died in just 50 years. The Black Death plague of 14th century wiped out one third of the whole population of the world. Can you imagine? One third of the whole population. This is really disastrous. The pandemic of 1898 and 1918 in between caused 10 million deaths in India. The influenza, the flu, that is really ordinary for us. The influenza pandemic of 1957 killed 8,000 people in USA only. Millions of people used to die over the battlefields as a result of septic wounds जिनमें जहर या पस पड़ जाती थी, पीप पड़ जाती थी, because no antibiotic and antiseptic were available. Now, with the discovery of various medicines and revolution in surgery, smallpox is eradicated from the world, malaria is controlled, and very few people die of plague, typhoid, and cholera. The discovery of penicillin by Alexander Fleming in 1927 revolutionized the treatment of infections and infectious diseases. Some other discoveries have contributed, as such as that of penicillin and the antibiotics that followed. मतलब पेंसिलिन से ही आगे एंटीबायोटिक और बहुत सारी मेडिसिन जब चली, it was really helpful for human beings to the health and welfare of people worldwide. The next paragraph is about engineering and mechanical technologies. Engineering and mechanical technologies have been playing vital role in many fields before the inventions of automobiles. Now this paragraph is basically about the transportation. Automobiles, aeroplanes, rockets and steam engines. People used to travel on foot or used animals or animal driven cars to travel from one place to another. The speed was terribly slow as compared with that of today's travel. Definitely we can imagine the speed of a camel and the speed of an aeroplane. Human beings had to tolerate hardships and sufferings of the olden days travels. It took Marco Polo, his father, and his uncle Matthew Polo 3 years to reach China from Venice, Italy. Now we can cover this distance in hours only, in a few hours only. And Marco Polo was an Italian merchant, and that's why he opened up the way of tourism and many other things, and he told the stories of China in Italy and in many places. That's why people at that time started to move out of the cities and search in the world and visit the world. Many people died during the journey. Which journey? In which journey Marco Polo and his uncle Matthew Polo was traveling. But at present, the means of transportation have squeezed the distance, definitely, overcome the forces of gravity and made, this is a reference of aeroplanes, and made possible the exploration of the outer space. Man has reached the moon and is trying to reach other planets. Never was the world so completely integrated or reachable as it is today. Only in a few hours one can fly around the world or travel from one continent to another. Modern networkings of roads have really revolutionized the world and the day-to-day activities. Next page is about the communication. Communication technology has brought a tremendous revolution in modern societies. A few scores years back, it was very difficult for the people of a country to get news, letters, information, and knowledge from other countries. A large number of people of the world were living in isolation. Because if we don't know what is happening outside, we will be ignorant. Now, owing to efficient media and quick means of communication, all the nations are constantly in close contact with one another. A series of inventions like telegraph, telephone, radio, television, print media, communication, satellite, electronic mail, and internet information technology have really converted the world into a global village or a global apartment. Modern technology is playing a central role in the field of agriculture as well. greatly played helped man in developing agriculture, livestock जो मवेशी हैं, and food industry. It has helped man to bring barren and arid lands under the plow, बंजर ज़मीनों को भी सरखेज़ किया. It had helped man to construct dams for irrigation and generation of electricity. It has enabled the agriculturalists to increase their yield per acre. It has helped the farmers to grow bumper crops by using chemical fertilizers. A few out of these vast varieties of contributions are good quality seeds, better variety of crops, pesticides, more milk producing and processing, and the preservation of food. The farmers, with the help of modern technology, are now able to produce vegetables and fruit out of season. Technology and science have altogether changed the standard of living. Man's standard of living has been uplifted to a great extent. He is enjoying the comfort or luxuries of life. Means in winters he is enjoying warmth in the house, and in summers he is enjoying cold in the houses only. Means ACs and many other things that are comfortable and bringing a facility of luxuries and luxurious life. These benefits and comforts include comfortable and air-conditioned houses, hot and cold water, gas, electricity, speedy cars, television, refrigerators, and many others. Man has changed his environment. The world has now become a happy abode for living. Abode means residence. Next is about the space technology. Man has been harnessing the forces of nature continuously. New inventions are made, the new facts are being discovered. Scientists are busy in making researches in the fields of medicine, engineering, and space technology. They are trying to create an environment free of pollution. Their focus is on the solar energy, which is safe, powerful, and inexhaustible, that cannot be ended. Besides, they are thinking to use atom for peace. If this goal is achieved, there will be no load shedding or energy crisis. The farmers will be able to run their tube wells round the clock, means 24 hours and 7 days, and produce crops and vegetables in abundance. Industries will work and produce goods to the maximum level. There will be no unemployment. The members of the future society will lead a happy and contented life. These are just the perceptions of the writers, that this will be the future of the world if science flourished in the same way, in the same speed. But we cannot say that what will happen. Nothing is determined. Technologists and scientists depict a bright picture of the society of the future. According to them, health facilities will be available to all the citizens without any fail. Fatal diseases will be eradicated and very few people will die of these diseases. Due to current situation, we cannot say that these things are determined and they have to happen in the world. These are just the ideas and perceptions. Latest and modern education in the fields of various technologies and sciences, space technology, nuclear science and technology, engineering technology, literature and fine arts, etc., will be available to all the students. Information and computer technology will make tremendous progress and will be available to all. Due to the use of science and technology on a large scale, the citizens of the society of the future will lead a comfortable and luxurious life. Robots will work in fields and industries in place of workers and laborers. A revolution will take place in the field of transportation. There will be fast and speedy railway trains and cargoes जो सामान लाती हैं गाड़ियाँ. Traveling from one place to another will take very short time. Computers will be common. Even access to supercomputers will become quite easy. कुछ तो बातें ठीक हैं. There will be no problem of pollution, as the use of solar energy will be common, which is more friendly as compared to the coal and fuel energy. The citizens of the society of the future will put an end to mutual grudges and tussles. Tussles means fightings, and will settle their disputes through peaceful negotiations. Minerals of all kinds will be unearthed, निकाल लिया जाएगा. There will be peace and goodwill among the citizens of the society. That will be an ideal and peaceful era. But to bring that good time, it is the duty of the present generation to devote themselves to the study of science and technology to pave a way for a successful, peaceful, and advanced society in the years to come. Okay, students, now we have some vocabulary words. Same as you know, you will write down the meanings, the English meaning, the Urdu meanings. It's up to you, and you will learn maximum 2 to 3 synonyms. Now, have a look over the questions. When did the modern science and technology begin to make progress in 21st century? And use the expository paragraph to answer this. How have modern science and technology brought a revolution in the life of human beings? And you will talk about in both ways the ideas, the thinking style, and the lifestyle as well. In thinking style, you will talk about the logics, the reasons of every happening, and that they are not afraid of the threats of fortune tellers and evil forces. Now they are more logical. And in lifestyle, you can say they have more comfort and luxuries. You will make 2 paragraphs of this second question. How has science enabled man to modify his environment? You will talk about the thinking ability of man. What did people believe in before the establishment of science and technology? Again, the thoughts of people, they were afraid of evil forces. They relate every bad happening with the evil forces and supernatural forces, and they used to consult fortune tellers before starting any kind of task. How do people think in the era of technology and science logically, and they have reasons? Why did millions of people die in the Great Plague that started in 542 AD? You will discuss about the absence of antibiotics, antiseptics. When and by whom was penicillin discovered? About Alexander, you will write down a paragraph. Has smallpox been eradicated once for all from the world? We cannot say that 100% it has been eradicated, but it is now curable. How people traveled from one place to another in olden days, what hardships did they have to suffer, and you will talk about the Marco Polo as well. What revolution has taken place in the field of transportation due to modern technology? The questions are so easy, that's why I'm not explaining them. You are well familiar, you have been writing essays on the miracles of science since childhood. Question 11. Enumerate the various means of communication brought about by modern technology and science. Thank you so much, students. If you have any question, ask in comments easily, freely. And now what will you do? First of all, watch the video carefully. Write meanings of vocabulary words and learn synonyms. And then you will write down your question answers. And you will submit your assignment before the next class, means Thursday morning. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.